All right, folks. Here's the deal. Oh, yeah, that's good. I've got Starlink. Let's see how this works. Before I get started here, let's just make sure we're clean. All right, let's see. Here we go. This is a little weird. All right, so I have Starlink set up. I also have a new holder for the phone. I'm not liking that so much. There's some light back there. See it? Because the camera is really... I tested the Starlink yesterday in the neighborhood. Had it on the dash of my car, and it went in and out. I think when it went out, it would come on. So there were still some moments. All I know is it kept telling me yesterday reconnecting and stuff like that. Buddy's behind me. Alright, I'm gonna do something with this here real quick. I just don't like the way that's moving. I don't think I have that magnet in the right place, you know what I mean? Right place, you know what I mean? Sorry, for anybody who's watching and getting sick, I apologize. So I think the video will be better today, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. It's 31 degrees outside. I mean, today's kind of ridiculous. This is too cold. It's too cold. Yesterday, beginning of my trip, I saw a shooting star, and so when I got home last night, I don't like to touch this until they're done processing, because sometimes I do that and then something like the whole video doesn't get processed. It's weird, so I just like to leave them alone until they're completely done. But finally last night, the first video for yesterday got processed, and yeah, I was all excited. I was looking for it, and you can see, I think when I'm going through the woods, I have a shot at losing the signal. But I was saying, I don't know if I could use this for home or not. Like, why I pay for my home internet and this, but I don't think I could, because at home, I mean, you think about it, your TVs, everything now goes through your internet connection. There's my skeletons. Well, they're not my skeletons, but yeah. So, Sunday morning. Good morning, everybody. skip that part. I was a little preoccupied getting stuff set up. I feel see that he's got his lights on, but there are no tail lights on that thing. Oh, it's the trailer that doesn't have tail lights. I can't imagine that that's not real safe. One good thing though is if you ran into the back of him hard enough, you might get to the point where you can see the truck's taillights finally. I bet there's a good chance I won't know when he's braking. Think about that. My longer day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are my longer days. And then, I mean, I only drive for a couple hours in the morning to help them out at the bakery. So it's pretty, early part of the week is pretty light. That's why I'm out here early every day. Package yesterday. That's what the cord that is allowing me to plug the Starlink into the cigarette lighter is called cigarette lighters. I think they that showed up yesterday. AJ, I guess this is a dog thing. I had his parents, so AJ was a puppy that was born in my house. I had puppies. I had 2 Shelties, and then I have kind of large Shelties. I don't have, when you think of Shelties, sometimes you think dogs that are like, I can put a picture of them on my channel. But no, I'm talking about, if you go to my channel, I've got like a bunch of videos about their birth. It was 10 years ago. So I had the mother and I had the father. The father's name is Andy, and he was like 11 or 13. He was getting up there in age. And I had him alone for a long time. And then I got Shelby. She was a fantastic mother dog. She was unbelievable. And she was a great dog, period, but she was a great mother. So she had 7 puppies, and I gave out, and I kept Andy. I kept AJ. Andy Jr. But so I was using the home camera and posting videos. Actually, I had a live camera of when the puppies were born, and that's how people, that's how I found people that were interested, and it's people from work and stuff, but they could watch the puppies whenever they wanted. It was only 24 hours, 7 days a week, so they could pop in and watch. once they pick a puppy out, they can kind of watch it. It's kind of cool. But I don't remember how many, 15, 20 videos, 25, something like that. It's a lot of videos. One of them's got a ton of hits. I don't know what happened. I think at some point years ago, it got got sucked into an algorithm, because all of a sudden, I went from, a couple hundred views to 250,000. Like, that happened, like, in no time at all. And now it's still hovering, it's like, it still gets viewed. I think it's still the one that people watch the most, but, it's just here and there. Like 250,000 for me. I was like, what? But anyway, so Shelby, his mother, AJ's mother, was the same way. But mailman, obviously, he knows the mail truck, the post office truck. He knows UPS, and he knows FedEx, and now I've learned he's called on to Prime. It's crazy. I mean, he actually knows. Like, a truck can go by the house all the time. I got a fair amount of traffic that goes past my house, but it's one of those trucks. He knows that it contains one of the evil people that sometimes come to our door, and he must alert me, protect me. It's funny. Well, I hope this person makes it safely to their destination without somebody ramming it. Oh, there we go. We got something. At least we got one light. It doesn't work unless he's braking, but at least that's something. I mentioned yesterday, and I don't believe this is true. I asked AI if you're supposed to use your turn signal in a traffic circle, because I had sort of settled on the idea that you're not supposed to do that. It seems confusing to me. But AI told me that you're supposed to use it. Like, you're supposed to turn your signal on when you are approaching the exit, whichever angle you're going to go off of the circle. Like, there isn't enough time to do that. Nobody's watching you at that point. I don't want to say most, but a lot of traffic circles are set up in a way so that you're in a lane that is either kind of committed to going another turn or is going to exit. Like, there's a flow to it. But most circles, like, you don't have time to put your blinker on, like, in between the first. You'd be like in a panic trying to get your blinker on at the right time. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right. Hi, still 305. I didn't notice the gas restaurants. Keep track of what the gas is doing. Here we go. So, first delivery or only delivery, not the first delivery. Here's my next tour location. Doesn't it look like I'm at a... Alright, I think that looks good now. But I still think I'm going to adjust that when I can, when I have time. Alright, let's see if we open the door. I could leave the car running. Okay. Alright, they call them. I think this puts you on pause, so just bear with me 1 second, please. Oh, no, you got it. I'm going to leave you on. Yeah, I'm going to do it. change your view. This is gonna mess me up. Maybe not. All right. I don't want you to get bored. I could do. Take you out of the van sometime. Go on a little field trip. Then you could actually see what the heck you're doing. Wear a GoPro. We got 140 some donuts today. Just one place. Day missions. Get the croissants. Right, the Cinnabons. The Cinnabons look good. Cinnabons. Not Cinnabon, but Cinnabons. One day maybe I'll fall face forward. Face forward into one. Turn trays. It smelled good in there. What she was making. There it is. All right, let's get back over. All right. Okay. I think here is far as I can go. I'm definitely going to adjust that. Baby steps, you know, we're getting there. Hey, Starlink, you told me a couple weeks ago I was going to have Starlink. You're crazy. Boop. 38 degrees, 6:38, 38 degrees. 38 years old. Not really. First two are right. That was funny. I was thinking it was funny that I was actually mentioning that I should put a pic. Whoa, I should have used my blinker. I didn't come to a complete stop. I am a complete traffic nightmare. I was laughing because I was thinking to myself I should put a picture of AJ on there. AJ, by the way, is in the videos as a puppy. And there's one video where he jumps out of the box. He was the first one. He was definitely the one, like out of the 7, when the situation presents itself. And I knew I wanted to keep one of the puppies. So, she had 7 puppies. I was working, she had the puppies on a Saturday night. And it was incredible. She was incredible. She actually had 6, and I thought we were done. So I was laying next to the box. I fell asleep laying next to the box. And then there's a video, because this thing was like running. It was Nest. It wasn't called Nest at the time. I forget, it had a different name. But so I thought she was done. I mean, I think she did too, actually. So I was laying next to the box asleep, and in the video, I was asleep, but you see her. She had a 7th puppy, and you see her picking it up, like she had the. I don't have the video of her giving birth to that last puppy, but I have the video where she picks it up. She knows that I don't know that she has this puppy. I guess I don't know what was going through her head. It was a big night for her, but she picks the puppy up, and she walks out of the room for a second. I guess she's thinking like, how am I going to get, where's Craig, or what am I going to do? Although I was right there. And she comes back in and brings me the puppy. It's very cute. So, that was not AJ. That was one of the smaller ones. But AJ was the one. There's a video where the first puppy to escape the birthing box was AJ. Climbs over the corner. And my favorite thing about that clip is that his little feet, his back feet kind of hang over the edge, so all you see, he goes over the corner, and then all you see is his little feet hanging there for a second. Like I don't know if his front paws reached the floor. Maybe they did. I don't think he was hanging there like that. I think he's probably just barely touching the floor. He didn't know what to do to get his feet over the edge. That's pretty cute. What else? He was the one, but he was. What I was going to say is when you have a set of puppies like it's just like any time you go, if you ever gone someplace to get a puppy, it's like you connect with one out of a litter if you get there when there's a whole litter. Like one will come up to you, or I think with AJ it's kind of like more eye contact once they open their eyes and stuff. Definitely, I knew pretty early he was going to be the one out of the 7. Rough there, man. Having people come to get them, pick them up. It's very emotional every time you give away a puppy. And the last one, there was a family that I'd been talking to. They lived in New Jersey. retiring and moving to South Carolina. And so he wanted, the puppies were born in June, and he wasn't moving down there until, I don't remember that date, so like September or something. So this, maybe late September. It was definitely past the, most people get their puppies around 8 weeks, 9 weeks, something like that. So I had one puppy for quite a bit longer, a couple weeks. And then he came and picked her up on his way. He didn't. The reason he wanted to wait was fine with me. He was like, "Is it okay with you if we wait?" Because they were packing up their house in New Jersey, and he didn't want to like take her from Maryland, drive her up to New Jersey, spend a couple, where she would be just getting acquainted with the place and learning her new surroundings, and then the next thing you know, she's in a car for another long trip down to South Carolina. So worked out well. He sent me a couple pictures for a while. It's almost like, you have friends in high school, and you're like, yeah, we're going to stay in touch forever, and then slowly this happens with puppy parents. It's like, yeah, I'll send you pictures when they're growing up. You got a couple. That was very nice. I did the same thing when I got his Bob. I got Andy. I remember. Andy got his name because the guy who was a family that bred their Shelties. And same kind of situation. I mean, he wasn't a professional breeder, but his name was Andy. AJ and Andy always had, they weren't like best of buddies. AJ was definitely a mama's boy. So once I get this, here's the plan. So the satellite thing seems to be working. I don't know. I'm saying that, but anyways, you know better than me if the satellite thing is working. But I have a good feeling about it. I think there's a section closer to the bakery where I do drive through heavily wooded areas. And when I say heavily wooded, I mean this is a very wooded area, but I mean it's over the road, closer to the side of the road. So that could be an issue. We'll see. I'm kind of happy with the way it sits in the window. In my car, I'll throw this out there as a heads up if anybody's thinking about getting a Starlink. In the car, I put it on the dash. And I gotta say, like I was saying, the signal was kind of like not as consistent. But again, I think it was because of the coverage on the road, the trees. But one thing that was awful, I wouldn't have been able, I'd have to figure something else to do with it, is if it sits on, it's white. It's like a piece of paper, right? So, even size-wise, I think it's white. So if it sits on your dash, lays on your dash, and you're driving during the day, maybe at night it might not be the case, but during the day, you get the reflection of it in your windshield. there was a big white square. I think that, and I also had another, it wasn't the greatest test yesterday, let's just put it that way. I had a different mount for the phone, and it looks really cool, but it's not good. What's not good about that is it had like the arm was a little bit longer. The longer the arm is on your mount, the more vibration you're going to get. Probably not, if you know this, I apologize. But just as a heads up, if you're looking to buy a mount for your phone to put it on with a suction cup to put it on your window, or anywhere, I guess. If you're using it for a camera, you don't want something with a long arm because it's going to... I mean, actually the video didn't look awful. It did, vibrating-wise it didn't. But I think that might have had something to do with the poor quality of the video, too. Like, I think sometimes the video quality got bad for that reason, not because of the connection, if that makes sense. We did 269. Section of the road here, there's a raccoon couple. I always see them together, so they must have a very good relationship. And I do see them, I've seen them a couple times. Oh, it's not like every day, but I think raccoons can be very, I worry about. I've seen them around here. I don't see them in my house, thank goodness, because I'm sure that the interaction between a raccoon and AJ would be good. I can handle the squirrels. We got a lot of squirrels, and he, chases them. He caught one time. I mean, he was running, and the squirrel, he got the tail. Of course, like a maniac, I started running out of the backyard. So nothing really happened, but he did catch one more time. I think it had darted toward the fence, and then the second thought. He did a double take, and that's all it took. Did a double take. Next thing you know, his tail is in a dog's mouth. So back to the plan. So the plan is Starlink, we got it. Might have to fine tune how we connect it, but we'll see. This is working for me. I like this. It's very simple. They sell a thing that actually Starlink doesn't. Most of the accessories for Starlink are third party, but they all have very good ratings that I can see. There's a something van, something Vargas van or something like that. It sells a unit that you put the Starlink inside this little case. Well, it's open so that it can pick up, but it connects to, it's sort of connected in this case, and that it has magnets you can feet, which you put on the top of your van or your car, feet are like a rubber material, so it's not going to scratch. But they apparently also sell a version of that where the feet are not magnets, they're suction cups. And the guy who was showing this in the video said the suction cups are great. Now, he had supplied him with the product for free, and he disclosed that. And he said that's not why he was saying it. You gotta just always take that into consideration. If you receive something for free, you're gonna kind of be, unless it's bad, you're not gonna, But it did look like it. It actually was something a little bit different. So they were suction cups. These look like you would put the suction cup down, you put it on the roof of your car, and then there was like a pump. So you actually pumped out the air. That's kind of different. I didn't thought that was cool. I was thinking to get I wouldn't mind having this car window mount. Now that I have this magnet on the back of my phone, all you do is stick it on there. I like that. You've got the kind where you like squeeze the sides around the phone and that holds it. They're alright, but that was the one I had right before this. That's what I was using. And yesterday, it stopped grabbing. It was cheap. Don't buy cheap stuff. But I did. It was sort of one of those things that I was in a store and it was at the register. That's not where they put the good stuff, but it was, in a one display right by the register. I'm like, oh yeah, I need one of them. Yeah, I didn't need it that bad. Here is where we lose the video before. This is probably this area here, driving by that red barn. This is where I couldn't find. I was trying to find the transcript. Yesterday, I think I mentioned that YouTube's fantastic. Like when you go in and you're looking at the processed, sort of the end after the live stream, and they've processed it. There's an entire transcript of everything that you said, which is pretty cool. I mean, I know I'm easily impressed, but I couldn't find that yesterday. I was looking for, I thought, I was going to be really smart, right? I was like, I'll go to the transcript and I'll search for the word star, and that'll take me to where I thought I saw the shooting star, because the only thing I really wanted to check last night before I went to bed was, once it was done processing, I wanted to see if you could see the shooting star, because that leads me to my next. It's like never ending, which is kind of cool. My next project was to learn how to take a clip out of the streamed video, because I was going to make like a short little clip of the shooting star, but it wasn't the streak of the star. It didn't pick up the whole thing. I think whatever frames per second that I was getting at that point in time, maybe the connection had a little click, so you saw a flash, but it wasn't like a shooting star. It was more like a flash. But yeah, I couldn't find the script. I'm sure it's kind of stupid. I went into the edit screen. I went, Friday, whatever you want. Every day that he's there. My grocery bill has gone down because I get this free breakfast meal every day, Friday. I'm kind of looking forward to that today. I don't know why I'm kind of hungry today. Cows are sleeping. They're all down. All down. There's no place to pull over, or I would. You know, I could just pick the phone up and show you the cows. There's a couple out there. Up there, up. Yesterday, the clip, this part of my journey yesterday didn't turn out. It was a mistake of trying to look at it while I was processing. But there was a truck that we had to stop for backing into this farm, right up here actually. And there's this farm right here. So there was a truck pulling in there, but there were cows on both sides. And it was really funny, like they were standing in the fields and they were all like watching the truck back into the barn. I just had a thought though. I wonder if they were like, if that was the truck and they pick up the cow that they're going to sell to the butcher. Why did I think of that? Why? Put that out of my mind. By the way, the lady that did her ride from the grocery store, you hear from that discussion video I was watching, 20 minutes. She didn't say a word the whole video. I mean, like I understand it's kind of weird to talk to yourself, but I don't know how anybody can go that long without saying a word to themselves. Do people do that? Like, I always say something, even if I'm not video. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Before it goes berserk. There we go. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a great Sunday. I didn't drink my coffee at all. I got to get I got to get my routine down. All right, so next thing to figure out, that was the only thing I did finish. I never finished that sentence. The next thing I want to figure out is how to get the chat to work so that if you talk to me, I can hear you. Because I can't see you, unfortunately. So, yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. Unless you yell at me and stuff. I mean, if you're mean, that won't be good. But anyway, you won't be mean.